Good afternoon, beautiful blossoms, and welcome to Life Tsunami. I'm Alexandra, and today's episode is going to be called Missed Minds. Now, before we get on the subject of that, last week, um, on my episode of Different Point of View, I was talking about how cleaning up your house every day is like kissing your house, saying thank you, appreciating it. And which sounds really silly, and you probably think I'm a little crazy, and I really don't care. Uh, but it is. Your house does so much for you. It keeps the weather off of you, bad weather, of course. Keeps you dry, keeps you warm. It can keep you cool. It provides it provides water, and it's a home. It's your home. And I know I take pride in my home. I know there's times I can be neglectful at times, but I really do take pride in taking care of my home and doing the cleaning schedule as I discussed last week, which was to, yes, you clean every day, but you do one major chore that day, followed by other little chores. So one day you can do dusting, and the little things are wiping your counters and your kitchen sinks every day. Huge difference. Huge. Um, they say doing laundry every day. Personally, I just have one laundry day. Unless there's extra I need to do, or I do need to half my day because I cannot finish it one day. But there's that. Taking out the trash. Um, there was making snacks, so if you have kids, making snacks and everything. But there's just little things. And I admit, as far as the dusting, the vacuuming, and the mirrors in the bathroom go, alright, I haven't managed to do that type of cleaning. However, as far as putting the little things away, like clearing off my dresser, my nightstand, my little desk area here, which is a TV tray, um, my little wound area, and my other dresser, straightening them out, putting the things away, and constantly doing that every single day, putting the stuff away, hanging up my coat, putting away my clothes, put them in the hamper, fold them nicely back in the drawer. Um, of course, doing laundry, making the bed makes a huge difference. Doing that every day. And it didn't seem like it, but actually yesterday, on Sunday, which is my c'est mon plaisir day, um, which means it is my pleasure in French, but that is my c'est mon plaisir day, I came home, and I came in my room, and and the sun started going down. And somehow my room changed. It looked different. It's the same, but it felt different. The way the sun came in, just, I got rid of the anxiety in my room. It's a beautiful thing. And it reminded me of my previous house. My windows faced east and west. So in the morning, I would have the sun coming through the blinds in the kitchen. And it was so quiet. Oh my gosh, was it quiet? Unless the neighbors were doing something. Other than that, it was pretty quiet. And the birds singing. And just having to able to enjoy my happy hour, which is my morning coffee. Um, it was so peaceful, so soothing. Also, then in the evening when the sun came in on the other side of the house through the living room, and also upstairs in my bedroom, again, just so peaceful. And because I was doing that cleaning schedule, the main chore and the straightening up, the fluffing of the blankets, the fluffing of the pillows on the sofa, wiping the counters in the kitchen because it was all open. It made such a huge difference walking through the door. You came in from outside, you went somewhere, you came in. It was bliss. And it's not entirely to that fact, to that T, because of where I am. But I have managed to create that peace, or a similar peace, in my room now. And it's a beautiful thing. And you can do that for your house by doing that every day. It's amazing what it does. And then even though doing these things is like saying thank you to your house, then the way it shines and it makes you feel, your house is then saying you're welcome and thank you. It's a beautiful thing. And yes, I will get to the cleaning schedule. I will. Just kind of going on that note there, because I know on some of my podcasts I haven't entirely succeeded in everything I wanted to do, but to talk about that, because last February, I admit, was crap. It was not my month. January was my month. February was not my month. March, this month, I want to make it a good month. I want to make every month a good month. And this month is going. And for one, just like anybody else, I have a lot going on. And it can be overwhelming. And part of it is health issues, actually. Part of it. And those of you who have health issues and just going to the doctors all the time, or it feels like all the time, prescriptions, getting new prescriptions. I know I got a couple that I was having a very bad reaction to. I just didn't know which one. And I'm being weaned off one, and I had the other one changed. But until I figure out what was the problem, I'm being weaned off one that I could go back onto later. But it makes me tired. It makes me very groggy. Or at least it did when I first started. And then I was getting used to it. And now weaning myself back onto it, I'm actually feeling those effects that I did before. Now on top of it, I'm taking the new prescription I got, which is for anxiety, also makes me tired. It's a double whammy. Ha ha. Well. So, yeah, I've been feeling pretty tired. On the same note, that's not really fair to say, to just blame it on the prescription as much as I'd love to. Again, just a lot going on, but then have to think about what energies I'm bringing to my mind, to my life. I know usually going to the gym makes me happy all the time. There's wonderful people there. I love them. And yet, I know there's certain things going on that don't make it as happy anymore. there's I guess to flat out say it, because I don't know how else to word it, I'm heartbroken. And I will leave it at that. But I am. And that's something that's affecting me. But then also, again, just looking at what I'm taking into my mind and my life. Hence, Miss of Mine, because there was a book I read called The Secret of Letting Go by Guy Finley, and he referred the emotion fear to fog. Or at least he said it was an illusion, which it is. It really is. All you have to do is walk through it. Go to the mountain. And yes, you're probably going, what? She left fielded me. But no, really, because fear thrives on the ground. If I remember this correctly. Now, it's also been a minute since I've read this book. But it won't rise to the mountain. Fog is probably a very bad example right now, because fog, on a note, the higher you go, the less likely fears to get you. And again, the fact that fear is something you can just walk through. Because the only obstacle really is you. You're letting that illusion get to you. And not just fear, but like I said, I'm very tired, and I could use that as an excuse not to do my day, not to go through my day. I could sit in here, I could pout, I could cry, which, yes, I am guilty of. I have. But I don't want to. And I do make it a little harder for myself sometimes, but I get up every day at 5, because I can, and go through my morning routine, get ready, and go to the gym. And I go from there, depending on what I have to do for the day, any errands, if not, make sure I'm ready for work, go to work. I make sure to go throughout my day. And doing these podcasts as well, whether they're fabulous or not, well, I know I need to work on them for my benefit and for yours, because I do care. I really do. So I know to get through my obstacles I'm setting up for myself, like being tired, to be able to go throughout my day. And even going through a lot, if you, like I said, if you have health issues, if you've already gone through this plenty of times, and you know how to work through it, that's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy for you. And if you don't, or again, if you're just learned about health issues and you're dealing with all of this, that's natural. But again, it's up to you to pick yourself up and go through your day, and not just go through your day, but learn how to make it happy. Learn how to make it a good day. And even if it's not a good day, then there's always tomorrow. But as long as you try to make it a good day, do things you love. And also on the Mist of Minds this week, I like to focus on what you are feeding your mind. And this idea, I got the idea from, again, Tanya Lee, the School of Self-Image. She talked about what you're feeding your brain. She used an example of her bookshelf. She did not like the books that she had obtained because it made her feel like something was wrong with her, that she was broken. They didn't make her feel good. So instead, she got rid of those books and she replaced them with books that would educate her, feed her mind, things she would get excited about. And I applaud her for that. I remember I did that with my bookshelf. And I probably might have to do it again. I do have some books that I find enlightening, and yet I also keep going to the library to find books that I don't have, which means to get the books, so I have them on my shelf. But I do love the books I have on my shelf. But it wouldn't hurt to go through them again. But, so, again, obtaining what you read pleasurable things, read things that educate you. I just signed up for a newsletter called Red Eye, which I will provide a link for on this video, I will, which is about travel and coffee. And so depending on what country, it will tell you about the best places to get coffee at in different countries like Istanbul, Italy, Spain, Ukraine. And also the article I read recently was about having wonderful coffee at your hotel and B&B, and they tell you of what little gadgets you could buy to brew your coffee, your own little portable coffee maker. Because no matter what hotel I've been to, even though it depends on which hotel, coffee, at least as far as stuff in your room, breakfast it can be okay, but not always so great. So I applaud taking the little coffee maker and your coffee, or learning tips to brew better. Make sure you have luxurious coffee. It's great. It comes every Sunday, and it's like getting Sunday paper. Originally, I would prefer the paper, but it is online. And I shall have to read it online, and that is fine, because it is fun. I have also read an article to a magazine I subscribe called Gallery Magazine. I will also put a link to it. They were talking about Jim Donovan, who is an artist. He drew a series of circles in the sand, circles and lines. He does it in the sand in different countries and different states. And you have a table that's like a crescent, kind of. At least the picture shows. And you go there for dinner and have food of the local community. And it sounds great. There's a schedule that is up of where he's going to be. There will be more details about it coming sooner. But I understand in the fall he will come into the northeastern east area where I am at. So I'm going to look into that one. That sounds thrilling. That sounds great. So doing things like that, reading articles like that. Also, Gallery Magazine is a magazine that talks about different artists, museum exhibits, also the new decor and everything. It's a fun newsletter. It really is. I will, again, provide a link for that, for this article. Yeah, learning things like that. Or looking at pictures, places you want to travel to. Or reading about events that inspire you. Again, just feeding your mind, giving it knowledge, giving it creativity, things that will support you, pleasurable, luxuriable thoughts, information, nothing negative. I don't want negative, I don't want drama in my life, and I'm sure you don't either. It's just also interesting because sometimes I feel like the place I'm at, I feel like I thrive on it, and I don't want to. I want to thrive in joy and happiness. And I hope you do too. I'm sure you want to, and that's why you'd be watching this. Or some other podcast that's telling you the same, almost the same thing in a different way. But again, just through this week, do things, read things, go to places that will feed you these positive things to give you that positive energy. So you're gonna want to get out of bed. Or also even doing an evening routine that's gonna make you want to get up. Before some of my health problems really got kind of aggressive, I took baths every weekend. Lovely, beautiful baths that required foaming Epsom salts by Dove of lavender and chamomile. And I would put on some sexy jazz and I would just bask for an hour. It's beautiful. I miss them. I will eventually be able to take baths again, but unfortunately not right now. Um, and after the bath, then I would get out and I would put lotion on to moisturize and just really pampering myself. My own little spa time. I would do my skincare for my face, such as so I'd wash it and put some moisturizer on in my eye care. I would brush my hair and put it up. Put on sexy lingerie just for me. Put on lavender hand lotion to help go to sleep. And I would go to sleep, have a beautiful night's sleep, and wake up marvelous. Marvelous. And doing things like that, trust me, that makes a difference. And I look forward to doing it again. Last night, minus the bath, should have done lotion, but I did my facial skincare. Summing it up by putting rose water on my face. I do that, and that actually really does give you a little pep. The smell. Oh, the smell. Just, I love it. It's a beautiful refresher. It's a beautiful refresher. And I put my hair up, and I put my lingerie on, hopefully to get that beautiful, refreshed morning glow. Beautiful morning glow. Unfortunately, I did not want to get out of bed this morning. Now, I would like to say that it would have worked, but I did take my prescription a little later than necessary. So because I get up at 5, it was still taking effect. And actually, it took its good old time to wear off. I think it was at noon. Maybe actually after noon that it finally wore off. Thank goodness, because I have to work later. Um, but even if that didn't work today, there's always tomorrow. And again, I will focus on that as well. Now, I know in my past podcasts, I have not fully achieved everything, but guess what? I'm still here. I'm still trying. And you can do this too. No matter what's going on in your life. Trying is the most important thing you can do right now, especially if you are at rock bottom. If you're at rock bottom, this is the best thing to do for yourself. No matter what it is, helping yourself in some way. Again, creating the life you want. Creating the way you want to think. It is so important. And it's going to take time. And I know it's definitely taking time for me, but again, I'm still here. I'm still going. And I hope you keep going too. Trust me, it's worth going. And I know at times I don't always believe it. And yet, I keep going. I'm here, talking to you. And I want you to keep going. I feel like now I'm just repeating myself, but I fully, fully mean it. Everything's gonna be alright. It will. So I hope you will practice these things. Feed your brain positive things. Music, books, activities. Just feeding yourself positive energy. Feed it to you. And prescriptions or not, it may not fix everything, but it's definitely going to do something. You, my dearest darling blossoms, have a beautiful day and a beautiful week. A bientôt.